I'm Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and in this video I'm going to be talking to you about I took friends' advice and broke no contact. So guys, as you know, the way that I teach no contact, I consider it more of a no reach out. So what does that mean? It means if you're in a relationship and somebody ends that relationship, you simply move on with your life and just go on, and they must come to you and contact you if and when they miss you. Why? Well, if somebody ends the relationship, they need to deal with the consequences of that. And the consequences are they lose you. They lose you in their life. And if they are attached to you and they value you and what you mean to them, they're going to reach out. Sometimes it takes longer than others. But chasing after somebody who has ended the relationship, it's not going to reattract them. So I always say, when somebody ends a relationship, if you have an opportunity to let them know, hey, this isn't this isn't what I want. If you want to work it out, get in touch with me. Sometimes you have an opportunity to say that, but sometimes you don't. And if you don't, it's okay, because if they miss you, they're going to reach out. They'll look for an excuse to reach out. Like I say, they'll do the indirect, direct approach. They'll send you a message that leaves you feeling confused, and it's really because they're looking for an excuse to contact you, and they missed you, but they're afraid to say, I missed you, because they broke up with you, and they know that you're probably upset or angry at them, and they're probably afraid that you don't want to talk to them anymore. I heard a good indirect, direct approach just this week. It was happy spring. A girl texted this guy, they had broken up, happy spring. Really? I don't think so. Coach Craig, don't think so. I ain't that naive. That meant, I miss you, how are you going to react to this? Happy spring text. They're excuses. They missed you, they're afraid to reach out, they're excuses to reach out. So I have 2 emails that I'm going to talk about today, and both of them are follow-up emails. Yesterday I did the video, Unhealthy, Dysfunctional Relationships, and the first email here is from the guy who I talked about in that video. He sent a follow-up email, and I thought I would share it with you guys so you can see what he thought of our assessment, or my assessment, of the situation. He said, "Thank you, Craig. Tough love is definitely what I need right now. Your video really opened my eyes and gave me a few chuckles along with it. I wish I had found your channel before I made these idiotic, impulsive behaviors, sooner after the breakup, and more importantly, before, and we would have most likely still been together. And about the getting help from a therapist, I already have. I went in for my first session last week, and that already helped tremendously. I agree 110% with everything you said, and with enough time and effort, I can become the man I want to be. I don't feel like I'm emotionally stable enough for a relationship, but soon enough in the future, I know I will be again. I can't thank you enough, and I will contact you in the future, either with a success story or to update you with my journey of self-improvement. Keep doing what you're doing. You're changing lives for the better." So good. He was happy with the assessment, and he agreed with it. He said 110%, and he's going to get the help. So awesome job. I hope we do get a success story from you in the future, and we can, I'll share it with everybody so they can see how you're doing. Because obviously his situation was a pretty rough one. I had another rough one that I wanted to follow up on. And this one was probably from about a month ago. It was called Stop Beating Yourself Up. That was a really tough video. And he sent me a follow-up coaching And he said, "Hi, Coach. I was doing well with all your advice. I've been doing workouts and socializing. However, last week I reconnected with one of my childhood friends who happens to be friends with Linda, but not close since they're not from our circle, who decided to throw a mini party to raise my spirit up and to let me unwind. I was completely confident and was being my old self, being happy around them and throwing conversation. I was even praising you to a point I forced them to watch your videos about traumas and anxiety." So this guy is so excited about the work that I'm doing. He's at parties like, "Hey, come here, let's sit down. I'm going to teach you about no contact, okay? You know anything about no contact? Well, if you get dumped, this is what you do." That's hilarious. They're like, "I'm not even dating anybody." Well, one day you will. And you gotta be ready. So funny. Alright, let me go on. The topic of no contact was brought up, and I defended that there is no definite amount of days. But one of their friends who happened to study psychology, meaning they probably have an AA or a bachelor's degree in psychology, claimed that it takes 27 days for someone to form a routine into a habit. Okay. So, here we go. He just got some really terrible advice. The point is, this guy did a coaching with me. He had a very good guideline that I asked him to follow with a great plan, and I reviewed it when he sent me this email. You're going to see he did not follow the plan. And now you're going to see what happened. His friend told him 27 days to form a routine into a habit. And that has nothing to do with any of this. What does a routine or a habit have to do with any of this? So she opened her big mouth. She gave an opinion on something she doesn't know about anything about. And now this guy who's got his heart broken over a 16-year relationship is listening to somebody who sounds great, but doesn't know what they're talking about. It didn't help that I got so drunk that I called my ex. Fortunately, she didn't answer, to which I apologized by drunk texting. I just made it even worse. In the morning, I was so scared of what I did, as I have managed to do what I wasn't supposed to do, and my childhood friend's wife, who happens to be a friend of Linda, but not a close pal, told me not to worry much, and that she has gone through a breakup with my best friend, and it took months before they even rekindle what they have. Apparently, my best friend did the no contact and worked on himself till his wife reached out. See? And now he's married to her. She managed to comfort my worry by suggesting that I reach out. Oh, man. And that there's no harm in doing this, which I did. I am so sorry I failed you. Okay. I saw the text messages, and I really had considered sharing them with you, but they were pretty bad. I mean, let me just pull up one randomly, okay? So you guys can see. I'm just going to randomly go through one of the messages so you can see. This is just, there was a lot of this. This is like pages and pages of messages that he sent her. Let me just start with here. I am sorry. I acknowledge the harm I've done. Talking to a few people who experienced what you've gone through with made me not just see what I've done, but what you have been going through that you don't want to tell me all your life. To offer my service to help you isn't what you want. I know that, because you want to overcome this alone. That's the real meaning of trust, isn't it? To believe 110% of what the other person wants to achieve? To say, but if anything happens, I'll be there, is not showing trust. So know that I am fully confident you will gain what you lost too, because I've seen you time and again overcome them. Why? Because when you tell me I've overcome my own problem, it's because I look inspiration from you. You don't have to believe me. Look at the position you're at." So she replied, "Thank you. I know eventually I will overcome some issues, and now I just have to hold my head up high and move forward doing the best I can. I have a department conference tonight where I have to speak in on stage, so I'm gonna get a bit of rest to calm my nerves, LOL. I hope you continue to find more positive things in life and embrace it, to find what you have been seeking to rediscover yourself. Stay safe and kick ass. Smiley face." Would you want to hear your ex say anything like that to you? Because I know I wouldn't be excited about any of that. There's nothing about reattraction there. There's nothing that's going to make this woman want him back from that text message. It frustrates me to give you guys a set plan, and in moments of weakness, you guys follow bad advice. I feel bad for you because I really want to see you be successful and reattract that person, but what am I supposed to say? I told you what to do, and none of this was on that. I mean, that, like I said, that was just one of it, and that was one long text, by the way. That was one long one, and there was a bunch of those. That's not going to reattract somebody. It's just not going to happen like that. Alright. He says, "The text was nice this time around, but it still lingers on being casual. We end up talking on the phone, and I managed to tell her things I've been up to. She was happy to hear my improvement, but as usual, her answer still lies on the fact that she needs to find herself, and she doesn't know what the future holds. To me, it just sounds like BS, meaning she's fancying someone. Well, it sounds like BS to me too. I don't know if she's interested in somebody else, but I definitely feel like that's a BS answer also. She even said that if I end up with somebody, she won't be mad, which to me sounds like a proposition of what she wants, not me." You might be right. "When I mention the things I've been learning, she's very enthusiastic and even joins on the conversation about the realization of my mistakes." Yeah, so you're sitting there talking about all your mistakes. "Yeah, I love when you tell me how wrong you were in our relationship. Yes, go on, go on." "I told her that I still care for her and that I am not asking for a second chance nor picking up the pieces. She agrees that I do need to start from zero, and even so, there is no certainty that she will hold on. I told her that I love her, and her answer was that I am entitled to what I believe." Ooh. "I love you." Well, you're entitled to believe whatever you want. "But I love you." You can continue to believe that. "But I love you." Keep on believing. Keep on believing. God, that would be brutal to hear. "I love you." Well, how about, it would have been nice if she said, "I do love you, but I don't want a relationship with you." Or maybe she just doesn't love him, but after 16 years, how could she not? Could you not love somebody after 16 years? At least as a person? If they were, well, I guess they had a pretty crazy relationship. Maybe maybe it was so volatile that she stopped loving him. I don't. The call ended, but I felt worse because after watching your videos, I felt like she's reaching the opposite of love, which is indifference. Well, she was polite, but I certainly am not going to be excited to hear a girl that's being polite with me. I mean, she was maybe borderline friendly. I guess she was friendly, but there just wasn't any kind of chemistry going on there. He says, "It's been a week now, and I've been trying to double my effort in working on myself and distracting my attention away. But because of one party, I think I have ruined my chances. Please help, Coach. I don't know what to do anymore, as the thought of the last conversation on the phone feels like all hopes are lost." This is why I tell you guys that I really believe when somebody breaks up with you, you need to wait for them. Because look at what happened. He reached out. She was polite. She had a conversation with him. But is he any closer to re-attracting her or wanting her back? If you saw all the text messages that were in there, you would know that the answer is no. Unfortunately, beat yourself up too much over this slip up. It doesn't seem like it really did anything good or bad in this situation. Of course, there are many times where it can, but you know, you just got to keep working on yourself. Keep moving forward. You've been doing a lot of work, and you're making a lot of changes in yourself, and you got to focus on being the version of you that you want to be. But going forward, I would be very hesitant to listen to anybody about how to re-attract an ex, as they really just don't understand it. And I can tell you from my own personal experience and seeing it every day with you guys that it tends to lead to disaster. So if you want to get my help personally, go to my website, askcraig.net, sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. If you like the video, put a like on there and subscribe to the channel because I do post videos Monday through Friday. But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and I will talk with you soon.